Okay, the turkey strikes back. If you saw the video just prior to this one, I think the turkey did strike back. I spilled the bowl that had all the utensils. Anyways, we're back now. We're in the fridge. Okay, so restaurant tips and tricks, right? The secrets that the pros use to cook a 15-pound turkey in an hour and 15 minutes, right? Because restaurants just don't have time to cook a turkey for 5 hours. Plus, they need to cook multiple turkeys in the same oven, all going at the same time, especially during the holidays. So here's how it's done. If you saw maybe the 3 or 4 videos prior to this one where I actually went through this process, basically frozen turkey, right? Stuck the frozen turkey in the fridge in its original packaging for about 4 days. If you have like anything bigger than a 15-pound turkey, it may need to go 5 days to properly defrost in the fridge. But anyways, once you press it and touch it and you feel like it's at the point where you can actually push the meat and all that, it's time to take it out and actually prep it. So what I did was I cut open the bag. I basically took the turkey out. I tried to remove as much of the iced packing water or the water that was used during the packing process. Tried to get rid of most of that, paper towel, the whole thing. And then what I did was I spatchcocked it, or I did like a half spatch is what I call it, where I basically just cut out the backbone, but I didn't break the breastbone. If you want a full spatchcock turkey where it's laying flat and basically you're only this high instead of being this high, what you want to do is you want to break the breastbone and then just completely lay it out flat. But anyways, I did a half spatch because I'm going to be doing this one for like a presentation for family and friends. So I want to kind of show them what, the breast looks like and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, what you do is you take out the neck, you take out the backbone. So you cut all that stuff out and then basically you just open up the legs, the thighs, etc. Then what I did was I salted it, right? Using a 60-40 mix of 60% kosher salt, 40% regular salt. The kosher salt lasts a little longer in pulling out some of that packing water that's in there, right? And then the 40% of the Himalayan pink salts, I don't use table salt, but I like the Himalayan pink salt. What that does is that's going to go into the meat and help to tenderize it to make it more juicy, moist, tender when you actually finally bake it. So salted the outside of the breast side, salted the inside of where the inside cavity was. You kind of get a sense of where I'm trying to go with this. And then basically put it in the fridge. So now what's going to happen is for the first 24 hours, what's going to happen is a lot of that packing water that was used to pack the turkey so they can squeeze out every last dime of that turkey to sell it for more money. A lot of that water is going to come out, and you don't want that water. That water, if you tried to bake your turkey right away, that water is going to make your turkey very mealy, right? It's going to be unpleasant in the mouth, like an unpleasant mouthfeel. You want to take out as much of that water as you can, but in the first 24 hours of being in the fridge, I usually go breast side up, so all of that packing water can go out and leave the turkey and basically end up on a paper towel that's on top of this baking sheet and then the cooling rack. So what I'll do is 12 hours or so, 6 hours, I'll change out that towel, wash the baking sheet just to get a sanitary surface, as much of a sanitary surface as possible, and then just basically let it go until 24 hours has passed. Once that first 24 hours has passed, then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll flip the bird over, right? I might even season it as well. I might use like some kind of a dry brine rub where I'm putting in like garlic powder and lemon zest and garlic and parsley and that kind of stuff and just spread it all over the bird, maybe get it up inside between the skin and the meat. Everybody's turkey flavoring is different. You could go the Latino countries realm where you're using cumin and, those types of spices. Or you could go the like Asian country realm where you're using ginger and soy sauce and teriyaki or whatever floats your boat. Or the Italian route, use Italian seasoning. Everybody's different. Everybody likes different flavorings. Usually I tend to go like very traditional. So like maybe some paprika, some lemon zest, some garlic powder, garlic itself, maybe some butter, whatever it takes to just get between the skin and the meat to kind of season the turkey all throughout. So I'll let the turkey go for another 24 hours in the fridge, dry brining, letting more of that packing water come out, but also giving the seasoning a chance to work its way into the meat to penetrate deep inside there. That's what she said. So anyways, after 48 total hours, right? So total time that I put the turkey in the fridge, It's time to cook that sucker. And the way you know is when your napkin, you've been changing your napkin every like 6 to 12 hours, but when your napkin doesn't have any more liquid on it or very little liquid or way less than it was the first 6 hours or 12 hours, that's how you know when it's time to bake. So I'll take the turkey out, basically let it rest on the countertop for about a half an hour, get it up to as close to room temperature as I can. And then what'll happen is I'll set my oven to 425 degrees on the roast setting. I'll put my turkey breast side down, right? And basically roast the underside or the inside cavity of the turkey for give or take about 15 minutes. What that does is that'll help to seal in the juices from the underside. It'll also help to cook the turkey from the underside. And roasting just does it quicker. It just does it a lot faster. And it does it in a way that optimizes or maximizes as little, to try to cook the turkey in as little time as possible. Okay, so I'll flip the bird. Now we're breast side up. I'll change the oven settings to bake, and I'll put it at bake at 425 degrees. And I'm going to let that bake for about an hour or so. So remember, 15 minutes on the underside, 1 hour on the top side. And we're on the bake setting, which means it's only going to be using the bottom burner, whereas the roast setting was using the top and the bottom, kind of like a broiler. But anyways, 1 hour and 15 minutes of total cooking time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to check it for temperature. Okay, so when you look at the turkey, right, you've got this first level, and then you've got a second level up here where the breast is. If I did a full spatchcock turkey, what would happen is I would break the breastbone and then flatten the whole thing out entirely. So it was all like one thickness, which means usually you can cook your turkey even faster than that, maybe like in an hour at 425 degrees, which is what the restaurants do. But anyways, in this case, because I've got two levels going on and I'm trying to just cook the turkey as evenly as possible to try to get good doneness between the thighs and the breast and the wings, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the meatiest part of the breast and try to get, in terms of height, right, and in terms of left and right of one breast, I want to try to find the middle point of left and right and the middle point of up and down. Put my thermometer in there, my temperature probe. What I'm looking for is 165 degrees Fahrenheit. If I hit 165, I'm golden. If I go a little bit over 166, 170, that's totally fine. What I want to do is take the turkey out and remove the neck bone and the backbone. I know you've been wondering what those are. This is actually the liver. The liver I'll probably cook separately, maybe after like the first day or the second day, and just have turkey liver like on its own. But anyways, after I've taken my turkey out of the oven, right, so this is 1 hour and 15 minutes of total cooking time for about a 15-pound turkey, what I'm going to do is remove the neck bone, remove the backbone, make gravy out of that, right, and gravy out of the juices that are on the bottom. What I want to do is I want to take my turkey and tent it with some tin foil and let it rest for about 25 minutes. Another, boom, restaurant tip dropped right there. You have to let your turkey rest. It's like if I took the turkey out and I tried to cut it right away, it's like a water balloon. All the juices would come out. It would get really dry very quickly. It would get leathery. That's what you don't want. The most juiciest turkeys are the ones that have been resting for at least 30 minutes. So you have to let your turkey rest to let the juices reconstitute themselves in there and keep that turkey as juicy as possible until you're ready to slice it and serve it. Okay, so basically I hope this video out there helps someone. We did dry brining, we did spatchcocking, we also did that little tip about seasoning. When do you season your turkey? I would say after it's been spatchcocked, after 24 hours, then season it and then leave it in the fridge for another 24 hours just so that seasoning can work its way in. You can put your seasoning between the skin and the meat. Just lift the skin, use your fingers to kind of massage your seasoning in there, whatever you decide to use, salt and pepper, lemon pepper. Like I said, you want to use some ginger, you want to use some garlic powder, you want to use some cumin, whatever you decide to put in, that's up to you. What I would try to avoid is the injectables. Because remember, we just spent all that time removing the packing water or the water that was used in the packing process. Now you're going to go ahead and inject something in there. It's like you think you're making it more juicy, but you're probably not. I don't know. There's a whole science to that I have my feelings about. I'm not a fan of it. I'd rather do the dry rub and the dry brining, after the turkey's been in the fridge doing its thing, losing some of that packing water for at least 24 hours, then season it, let it stay another 24 hours, then go ahead and cook your turkey. Anyways, if you have a fresh turkey, let's say you go to the market and you find a fresh 12-pound, 15-pound turkey or whatever the case may be, skip the first, part of the process where you were letting it de-ice or defrost in the fridge, because obviously it's already thawed, right? If your turkey's thawed from the market, what I would do is take the backbone out, flatten out your turkey, 24 hours, let all that packing water come out, right? You salted the top, the exterior, the interior, season your turkey, then let it go another 24 hours, and then take it out, let it come up to room temperature, 30 minutes, shove that sucker in a 425 degree oven, let it go for an hour and let it go for 15 minutes on the breast side downside, then flip it over, let it go an hour on the breast side upside. Like I said, if you don't have the roast feature or you don't have the convection feature, no big deal. A regular oven, you can pretty much repeat the process. It's just having the convection option optimizes the skin crispiness, optimizes the juiciness, etc. Having the roast feature on the oven, again, just optimizes it just a little bit more, but you'll get very similar results if all you did was just bake it. The important thing is on whatever setting you decide to use, you have to cook it breast side down first for 15 minutes, flip it over, breast side up for 1 hour. And that is specifically if you did the spatchcock. If you have a whole turkey where you didn't take out the backbone, you have a whole turkey, you're going to have to stay tuned. I'll do another video on that soon. But check out my videos from last year. If you check out my videos from last year around this time, I actually did a whole turkey. I did a spatchcock turkey. I did a 3/4 spatch where I just took out the backbone but left the turkey as a big, huge, round butterball kind of a thing. So you have to check out those videos. Anyways, there are links down below in the description, also in the comment section. I'm the old Coot, and I'll catch you all on the next exciting, epic holiday dinner preparation thingamabobber. This kind of looks like Indiana Jones and the Lost Ark here going on. Just maybe there's something holy about this turkey. Anyways, I'll catch you all in the next exciting video.